Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video and another NRL Magic Round match review. This one we're now heading into finally the Sunday games. So I've already done 2 of the Friday night games and then 2 of the Saturday and 3 of the Saturday games, I should say. Now I'm into the Sunday games, and the first one, which was the New Zealand Warriors up against the 3-time reigning, defending, undisputed NRL premiers, the Penrith Panthers. And this one, oh boy, this could be a contender for upset of the season. Not just the Magic Round, but of the season itself. I think I just spoiled it by saying upset of the season. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, shall we? So the event started pretty much straight away when Tane Pikai kicked off, and he was so excited that he kicked the ball. He kicked the ball directly over the try line and over the dead ball line on the full, which you can't do that. So basically, because of that basically the Penrith Panthers started on the halfway line, started basically about 40 meters out from the Warriors line instead of inside their own try line. So yeah, oops. But anyways, which immediately it led to the try to fullback Dylan Edwards, to about just over a minute into the game, which was followed up by probably one of the worst conversion attempts ever, because I think it was almost like dead in front. I think perhaps. And sprayed it to the left, which was surprising. It was not pretty much dead in front, but it was close enough. It was slightly on an angle, which probably didn't help him at all. In other words, but it's one of those shots it's easily one of those conversions that you usually take, and he didn't. So which would immediately which would prove a big dividend, which would prove costly for the Panthers. We'll get to that later. So yeah, and then the others as well. There was several errors. There was penalties. There was a captain's challenge that was from the Warriors that was unsuccessful. And then it wasn't until Marcelo Montoya tied the game in the 21st minute. We were trying the corner, which that conversion obviously was missed by Adam Pompey to make it, which meant it stayed at 4 apiece. Then there was a set restart. There were a couple of errors from each teams, and then the big man himself, Jerome Luai, in the number 7 jersey, replacing the injured Nathan Cleary, scored to make it, broke through and scored to make it 8-4. Which the conversion from Dylan Edwards this time was successful to make the margin to 10 points to 4, which was pretty much how it ended from there. There was a couple of errors. There was some penalty. There was a penalty or two. So basically, that's how it ended. 10-4 at halftime, which was not surprisingly considering how good in defence the Panthers were, how the Panthers are, and then pretty much this changed the game entirely, which was a professional foul on the Panthers skipper, Isaiah Yeo, which we all know the rules by now. You do a professional foul, you're setting the bin for 10. Which that happened. A minute afterwards, the Warriors scored and converted to make the margin back to 10 apiece. Which was not surprisingly that was something the Warriors needed to do. That if there was something like that where a player is sent to the bin, they need to take advantage of it. And the Warriors, sure enough, in the first minute after Isaiah Yeo was sent to the bin for 10, they scored through Ali Alatua, which to a pick eye. Converted as well to make it 10 all. To make it 10 all. Then about 4 minutes later, Adam Pompey broke through and scored to put the Warriors in front, which was also converted to make it 16 points to 10. So by the time Isaiah Yeo came back on the field, they went from being 10-4 in front to 16-10 down, which was something that the Warriors needed to do, because the way because they are a powerhouse defensive unit are the Penrith Panthers. That's the reason why that they are the 3-time reigning premiers. That they need to take advantage of it, and for them to get 12 consecutive points to basically put him in front by a converted try, which was very important. It would be very important in the game. And then about 4 minutes after he returned, Isaiah Yeo, the captain repaid his team for that professional foul being sent to the bin for 10 by scoring a try to make it back to 14-16, which Dylan Edwards converted to make it back to 16 all. Then there was a few errors. There was several interchanges. Jackson Ford got penalised and got put on report for a dangerous tackle. Tila Pikai also got penalised for a dangerous tackle as well. There was several restarts then. And then it wasn't long before the Panthers got back the lead. Got back the lead in the 66th minute with about 14 minutes to go in the game, 16 points to 20, which strangely enough, that conversion was missed by Dylan Edwards. Then there was a hip drop by James Fisher Harris, which he was put on report for, but strangely enough didn't go in the bin for 10. Usually when you do a hip drop, illegal hip drop, you basically also go and be on report and go into the bench, go into the bin for 10. But the refs decided not to do it, and then to a pick eye. Broke through in the 71st minute, and scored to make it 20 points all, which he converted his own try to make it 22 points to 20, and scene was set really for a grandstand finish, and there was a couple of nervous moments there for the Warriors, including of course Charles and then Nickel Klostad got penalised for an illegal ball strip, which meant that Edwards had the chance to level the game and possibly send the game to golden point with seconds left. But unfortunately, he missed his penalty shot. And that's how the game ended, 22 points to 20. with the Warriors claiming probably their biggest scalp of the season to date. 4 tries apiece as well at Montoya, Leotau, Pompey, and Tuapikai with the try scorers for the Warriors. But for Penrith, it was Edwards, Luai, Yeo, and Targo were the scorers there. To a pink eye, 3 out of 4, and also counting his try scored in the 70th minute, which meant that he got a points tally of 2, 4, 6, 10 points in this game there. And then Dylan Edwards 2 from 4 from conversions, which ultimately cost his side the game in the end, and also the penalty goal as well. It also included the Isaiah Yeo Simbin as well. Looking at the team stats here, the Warriors 54% possession, 88% completion rate as well. There, but mostly it's the Warriors better in all attacks, including running meters, post-contact meters, line breaks, tackle breaks, all of them pretty even as well, mind you. Well, plus 100 in post-contact meters as well. So that's a good one there for the Warriors. Both pretty even in terms of average set distance, and of course the Warriors were slightly faster in terms of the average play the ball speed. Offloads, more the Warriors. Total passes, pretty much even. Dummy passes, way more dummy passes, 38 to 25. Collectively, that is. Let me do some quick maths here. 63 dummy passes throughout the whole game, which I don't think if you combine the 5 previous games that I've covered, I don't think combined, it'll only just scrape across for the dummy passes, scrape the combined 2 teams out of these games, which was great. Kicks pretty even, kicking meters even. Yeah. 90% effective tackles for the Warriors. Pretty good going there. Warriors had less tackles, less missed tackles. Then we get to the negative play. The Warriors had more errors, which is very unlike, very un-Penrith like. Pretty even in terms of penalties conceded, and then 5 players for placement report in this game, and of course 1 sin bin, which was obviously Isaiah Yeo there. So judging by the stats here, that it seemed like to me that the Warriors did deserve to win this game, and but still it was a massive shock, because I said there was probably about half the games that there would be the Raiders Bulldogs game, Manly Brisbane, Gold Coast Newcastle, and of course the Cronulla Roosters game. Well, obviously, but there was the other 4 which was I considered to possibly be blowouts. This one was one of them, and strangely enough, it didn't happen. And also the team that was expected to win didn't happen, which was surprisingly enough. But which was a surprise, to me in a lot of ways. And this performance for me, which it was pretty much un-Penrith like, to be honest. Even though there was a couple of occasions when they did hit the front and that they did take back the lead, it was pretty much un-Penrith like in terms of their errors, their mistakes. The commentators on Fox League even pointed that out. So it was pretty strange, really, and deservingly, and those conversions and penalty kicks that were missed by Dylan Edwards, they ultimately cost Penrith the game. They ultimately cost them because if he the penalty goal was much harder because it was much further out, really. But he did make the distance. Make the distance though, but it was pretty hard in terms of how much where he was. I think it was about 40 meters out. I think it was. He was taking the penalty kick from, and yeah. So yeah. But if you count that out, those two conversions missed, and ultimately that one that sitter that he missed with his own try, where he missed it from pretty much from point blank range. If he had taken that, this game would have gone to golden point, and quite possibly, they 50-50, they could have won the game. So yeah, but it wasn't to be at the end of the day. So that's just about it for this video. So like this video, share to anybody who is a New Zealand Warriors fan or a Penrith Panthers fan. Comment down below which upset was the biggest upset. Was it the Titans winning against the Warriors on Anzac Day in New Zealand, or was it this game? Those are probably the two contenders for me for upset of the season so far. Which one of those do you think is the more bigger upset? Probably this one because of basically it's the Panthers basically being the 3-time reigning premiers themselves. So yeah, but I wouldn't mind that the Titans win against the Warriors too, especially which we all know how unbeatable at times the Warriors are at home. So yeah, but there's a bit of a debate there I can spark for you guys, and one last thing, somewhere down there, click on the big red button, which is labeled subscribe. It really does help me out quite a bit there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you all later.